Wyc, let's just begin with maybe the confidence level in this year's team. And again, playoffs are playoffs. It's a different animal. But just from what you've seen this regular season, thoughts heading into the playoffs about this particular unit.
What I see with them, or what I'm trying to take from them, really, it's their feeling is that they have been here before. They knocked on the door. We knocked on the door for years and years, conference finals, even a finals trip, broke through last year. Really proud of that. Joe made sure everybody put that in the past. Nobody's allowed to wear championship gear at practice or anything like that. I wear my ring at the game, but the players aren't wearing stuff, and so I think they've turned the page. They're hungry, and I'm sure they're confident that they can put up a good fight. I think they're like ready for battle is what it really is. It's not like easing into it. It's like ready for battle, and it's going to start with Orlando. I remember 3 series we had with Orlando back in the day that were really, really tough, long time ago, but we got to take these guys very seriously starting Sunday.
Yeah, well, they're big and they're physical. So, guys, the cool thing is a guy like Luke Cornett, who's such a fan favorite, has had a really good year and becomes an important part of this team in this particular role. I've heard Joe Mazzulla, and we've talked to him about it, just saying different guys in different series. This looks like a series, maybe Luke Cornett, Al Horford, the bigs play a big role in this one against Banchero and company, right?
It could be, I guess, the double big lineups and all that. I don't know what they're going to throw at us. I definitely don't know what Joe's going to throw at them. I watch practice. I go to, I don't know, a third or half the practices. But I'm just kind of just getting the vibe of how everybody's feeling. What these guys are doing right there, they're working hard in practice. They're paying close attention to how they can improve, how they can get set for Orlando. I just like the focus. I think that's the word Joe and Brad have been using to me about the team, is that they're focused.
What have you seen from Joe Mazzulla as far as growth from, different points in his career to where he is now with this basketball team?
Well, I just think, I mean, I sit there right near him at the games, and I just hear every one of his interactions and how compelling it is. He's on it. He's on every play. He's on every player. And there's a close connection with him and the team. He's like another teammate out there on the floor. He's like a player coach in a way. I mean, he's just that engaged. So I don't know if that's growth from last year. He did that last year too. It's just it's an amazing thing. Really lucky to have him as our head coach.
Do you talk to anybody during those games, Wyc, from where you sit, whether it be officials over the years or Joe or players? Do you ever have,
No, I don't talk to the players or Joe. I mean, when someone's coming off the court, just like the other 19,000 fans, I'll be like, "Hey, great job," or something. It's not like I'm speaking right to them and they're not hearing me. So just being a fan, I have good relationships with the officials. At this point, after 22 years, we just have fun with it. And I'm like, you got that one right, and I'll make it more just fun, just like talking to one of your buddies or something. I mean, I let Joe take care of the actual arguing, Joe and Sam Cassell.
How about for the sense of, you said you've been at practice, whatever Joe Mazzulla said. I heard him on the Sports Hub as well that Jaylen Brown, he told us, has been practicing all week. Are you concerned at all about Jaylen Brown, like a lot of fans out there?
I saw him in person the other day. He looked good to me. So I think we're going to be ready to go on Sunday, is my guess.
And how about the growth of Jason Tatum? And it just looks like
He's
he's
unbelievable.
getting better and better and better, which is hard to do for such an accomplished player. But man, you just marvel. And I laugh at all the people who had criticized his, doesn't want the ball down the stretch, all that kind of stuff. He just continues time and time again to help his team, maybe more than any player we see in the NBA right now.
Yeah, he like poises himself at the top of the key, and he's looking to see what great pass he can make to set somebody else up. And if it comes back to him and he needs to hit the shot, he's been doing that, knock on wood, he can continue. But for him, he's a very complete player, obviously, and it does seem to be yet another step for him. I mean, that he's just reveling in it, in the assists, in the rebounds, in the defense. And Jaylen as well. And, everybody on the team, you can go right down the list. These guys are really, really good. I think they've got a chip on their shoulders. It's not like they're defending champs walking around, feeling like there ought to be a parade every day. They're like we're hearing a lot of grief from other teams. Lots of people are playing well. It's probably the league is tougher this year. Who knows? We're going to have to be tougher, and they want to do that. They want to do it. We'll see if they can do it.
And how much do you have your fingers crossed for Kristaps Porzingis? See if he can get an opportunity of playing, in every series of this
That would be
playoff run.
amazing. I mean, yeah, that'd be amazing. I haven't even really thought of it that way. I'm just accepting that he's with us. He's had a really, really good season. He's making like 35-foot three-pointers. It's kind of a backbreaker when a guy at 7'4" is shooting from like 30, 35 feet away. I don't know. It's got to be tough for the other team. Let's hope he can continue.
What do you like about the bench?
I mean, I think I'm pretty clear. I like everybody on this team. I love the fact that when they come in, when Peyton and Sam come in to name two, the ball's going to be zipping around and there's going to be probably some offense, but there's also good defense. There's steals. Peyton's unbelievable. You go right down the line. I love it when Nemi's in there. I love it. JD Davidson, just made the roster finally, the G League MVP. He's down there on the bench, but he's the MVP of the entire G League. We got a pretty stacked team. So do other people, though. And Orlando, imagine them right now. They're here. They're looking at the odds. I can't bet, but I can look at the odds, and the odds are stacked. The odds makers have us as heavy favorites. Just imagine how excited Orlando would be if they're leading at halftime on Sunday. So
Yeah.
I think we got to have that, warrior mindset, combative mindset for Sunday, and that's what Joe instills in these guys.
Take yourself out of the owner's box for a second here, Wick, and just, you
I don't
know,
want to. I'm not. I'm staying.
you've traveled to so many games over the years and what have you. Again, how impressed are you with night in and night out, regular season and an extra gear in the playoffs, the Celtics fans are and have been with this team?
It's such a pleasure. I mean, we go on the road, and I got to take some of my new ownership partners around, to games, seen them on the road a bit and so on, and over the last few weeks, and just pointing out the green in the stands. And when I'm on the road, and definitely down in Orlando this coming weekend, next weekend, I'll get there early and just walk around and say hi to people if they want, and just have a picture or show the ring or do whatever, or just say hello and thanks for being a fan. But it's going to be pretty green down in Orlando, I imagine. I really appreciate that.
Some final thoughts. What's it been like with Bill now that he's part of this and everything, your relationship with him? But also, is there kind of like maybe a sense of relief that this process is now where it is when it comes to what the sale is going to be with this team?
I think this can be a really positive transformation. It's going to happen this summer, but it's definitely going to happen. We're like oversubscribed. We have more capital coming in than we even have room for. So appreciation to those people who are all believing. And a lot of former partners are coming in now, which is a new change, and that's great. So it's the old and the new mixing together, but there's new energy and there's new excitement. We've been in 22 years, my group, and now most of us are going to be in going forward, including me. And I'm doubling down on all my stuff and putting everything I've got, in to stay for a while.
And what's this?
So
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
just exciting. It's really exciting. There's a new vibe, but yet they don't want to change anything. They want it to be just the way it's been. And so we're going to have sort of a mix of those two approaches.
Yeah, that's what Celtics fans want to hear. And what's this calendar year been like for you, Wick, personally?
Well, first of all, every day I wake up happy. I wake up happy for a lot of reasons. I'm a very, very lucky guy. But on the list is, winning a couple of championships and having the chance to win a third one. Because I love being a teammate. It's not that I want him, obviously, individually, far from it. It's the opposite of that. But being part of this team that has won twice is the thrill of a lifetime. And let's go get another one. Gets me going every day.
And I have to ask you, I spoke with the people from Celtic City, the docuseries, about this. It's been fascinating to watch. It's really, for someone who grew up here, another history lesson, refreshed on the Boston Celtics with so much emotion from the interviews and the people that have.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, what's it been like for you?
Well, I was one of the people helping put it together, at least helping to, let's put it this way, approve it. And I just said, there's no rules, just tell the story. You guys are talented, and they're diving into areas, and they're trying to tell the whole story. And you know, when you really get through it, I've been through the 7 episodes. I really thought there was a lot of things I didn't know, and a lot more respect I have for the Celtics. Even I didn't think there could be more, but what Red did, and how the team stood for each other, and how got through, you know, ups and downs. This last episode 7 leads up to when I came in. When I came in 2002, the garden was literally half empty. And I'm like, what is going on? And that's what gave me the idea to try to put a group together and buy the team, because it was half empty in 2002. You can go back and look it up, look at the game photos. And well, episode 7 showed all the 90s and what led up to that half empty arena. And I can't wait for 8 and 9, because that's the time I know the best.
Yeah, and 8 and 9 is going to be fun, and you know to hear the Doc Rivers again story. We already know the story about the duck boats, but the emotion from Kevin Garnett, you know, the
Yeah.
emotion from Paul Pierce after getting stabbed and just bouncing back and having to go through that in life, and then it concludes with last year. It's pretty cool if you're a Celtics fan to watch it from start to finish. And like you said, I don't know about you, but I have a much bigger appreciation, even though I had a huge one for Red Auerbach,
Yeah.
what he was able to do.
Magical.
And then Bill Russell. Again, I always had
Magical.
respect for him, but man, just he went through everything and just he comes through like what a role model for everyone to watch and kind of idolize when it comes to how you want to live your life.
We brought back Red first thing we did, Steve and I and our other partners, and thank God we did. We got to have 5 years, I think, with Red, and I did listen to every word he said and tried in my very human, average person way to take in what this great was saying. It's just exactly how I feel about it. I tried to remember everything, and this brought so much back. And then we embraced, of course, Bill Russell and all the 57 team. We had a 57 reunion in our first spring that we owned the team, and Bill and everybody were back. And it was nonstop ever since, right through. I attended his funeral as part of a small group a couple of years ago. And so Bill and Red were instrumental in, obviously, they're the greats, and we're just trying to take care of the team in their honor.
All right, lastly, we'll leave it. Last time we saw you getting off a duck boat, you said I want another one, another parade. Is that still the end goal? And how does it feel as you get closer?
You tell me. Yeah, yes, it's the end goal. It's not the end either. Let's get a few more, and with this new ownership group, maybe you know, anything's possible, as they say.
Perfect. Thank you, Wick.
Thank you, Dan. Nice seeing you, man.